I'm Jay Lyman, Principal Analyst with 451 Research. My primary areas of coverage are DevOps and Cloud Native software. And today I'm going to be talking about enterprise cloud migration. Enterprise organizations are seeking to move workloads to cloud infrastructure, basically so they can take advantage of the most appropriate venue for those different workloads, whether it be public cloud, private cloud, or on-premises infrastructure. While public cloud gets most of the attention and organizations are heavily focused on moving workloads to the public cloud, there are reasons for other infrastructure. On-premises is often the choice for organizations seeking to maintain control or for security and compliance reasons. So this is why we see the growth of multi and hybrid cloud, whereby applications do run on the most appropriate infrastructure based on factors such as cost, performance, data sovereignty, or geographic location. Cloud migration has both people and process implications for organizations that are moving workloads to the cloud. These issues tend to center on cultural and technical implications. In terms of culture, organizations today need to be viewed as forward-thinking and working with the latest and greatest technology in order to attract and retain good technology talent. Other cultural issues tend to center on inertia, whereby people and teams can be resistant to change, or they can believe strongly that existing process is sufficient. In terms of technical issues, we almost always see security and compliance as impediments to adoption of new technology and cloud migration. Whether it's cloud or containers, organizations are typically very concerned with security and compliance as they adopt emergent technologies. Organizations can address these issues and successfully navigate a path forward by being aware of them and by assuring that people will not be left behind and providing incentive for people to move ahead. Open source software can provide significant benefits to cloud migration and the adoption of emergent technologies and methodologies in a few significant ways. First off, open source software is inherently componentized, modular, and flexible, and it is thus intended to work with other pieces of software, which is very helpful when you're working with disparate pieces of technology, disparate pieces of infrastructure. Open source software is table stakes for emergent trends such as cloud native technology, which includes containers and Kubernetes. The other big benefit of open source software is that it allows customers to have a real say in what features and capabilities are prioritized and to have their say on the roadmap, which is quite a contrast to proprietary software. But basically the idea is that open source software is made to work together, and it creates a more community-oriented path for the software and technology to move forward. And we see this in modern open source software communities, where providers are working closely with their end users to prioritize which features and which capabilities are most important and what's the best way to move forward. As enterprise organizations move applications to the cloud, we typically see them starting mainly with new, web, cloud native, or microservices applications, also known as greenfield applications. However, we do see organizations increasingly moving legacy applications to the cloud. A lot of times this depends on the packaging of the application. If it is in a container, it may be more likely and more beneficial to move it to the cloud. If an application is in a VM, it may be more beneficial to leave it on premises. The other thing to keep in mind here is that these packaging methodologies and approaches are not mutually exclusive. We often see containers running on top of or inside of VMs, and we do see staying power for VMs given the good management, tooling, and security around them. So rather than containers wiping out VMs, we expect coexistence of both of them. And just as we have physical servers and even mainframes alongside our VMs in today's infrastructures, we expect we will see VMs alongside our container applications going into the future.